Hey everybody, Jerry here, Second Chance Show today. We have a very special guest, and it's somebody that I really admire for what she did until now, and specifically how she did the challenge in a way that she did it. We have Maria here. Maria, she went from 22% to 17% body fat in 6 weeks, so the challenge works like everybody else. But she just recently shared that she had, and she says sometimes, relapse on having bulimia. So this is another proof to say that this program really works for people necessarily that even have additional things they struggle with, but if they're ready to work within themselves and improve and grow, this can happen. So Maria, I wanted to share how this program, specifically on the nutrition part, what did you learn? Because you told me that you learned so many things and related to what struggle you have or you had. This was very helpful. So let's try to explain people maybe seeing this thing that they have similar things like bulimia, anorexia, and such. How can we improve their binge eating?
Okay. So for personally, the program, I started to learn the benefits of food to your body. And normally in media, you always hear the negative stuff. You always hear what is really bad for you, what you shouldn't be eating, how many times you should eat it. So everything gets really confused. A lot of information, mixed information, and you start developing kind of a sense of guilt towards food. So food becomes the enemy. And with all the videos that we learn in the program, you start to understand that your muscles, your energy, like everything you do, you need food. Food is your gas. It's like a car. If you don't have gas, you're not walking, you're not going around. And it's really funny how when I start eating, because the code says that you should try, and I did try it, and the benefits, you really feel it physically. Like when you eat and you eat like even if the program says you go high on protein, and I started eating chicken and in amounts that I haven't eaten for years, and you really feel that your body it's having more energy, that you're waking up and you have a best mood also, and everything, you really start to see the change. So it's kind of, it's not going to heal you immediately, but it's really amazing how you feel in your body exactly what the videos say, that's the truth. That's food, it's good for you, it's good for your body, and even in your looks, you can still eat a lot and be skinnier or having more muscle, and it's really amazing to testify the things that are not logical in the head of someone that suffers from a problem like this.
Yeah, the biggest takeaway, I guess, from what you told me in your case, it was really the fact that you told me like you ate more than usual, like you did less of your relapse, and like you saw yourself better in the mirror, you saw yourself, the measurements are going down. So by tracking, by taking picture, by tracking, by making sure that we go further and further, this gives you the undeniable truth that your body is changing in a positive way by doing less and less of what so-called is bad, meaning like, those events and so forth. I said that's what we were talking about it before, even getting deeper into this level, when you hit specifically carbohydrates, you're going to start digesting carbohydrates in the mouth. So as soon as you touch that piece of chocolate, whether or not you decide to throw it back up, if you suffer from bulimia, you're going to already have absorbed the carbohydrates. So like you basically, what you're seeing in the mirror, that's all like we were talking about before, what you're seeing in the mirror is going to be the reflection of the fact that you got this calorie in your body. So just by you doing that, relapse things, or like by people doing that, is not going to serve them to the level that they want it to be. Meaning like obviously when you're throwing up because you feel like it's going to get better, you're not going to get fatter, chances are that's not what's happening in the body anyway. So anything you get into your body is gonna be processed in the next 1 to 2 days, and it's gonna give you a reflection of what you did overall. It's not about one, bar of chocolate or not. So this is I think that's the biggest takeaway when you told me, because I was, like I said, I was not expecting in the beginning that you were having this kind of issue. Yeah. What if you can touch, and I don't want you to go into that because we're not psychologists here. I'm not a psychologist. I don't want this to become a psychology conversation, but I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you before. Did you do that, like when you started, this thing started, like, and now sometimes you're still doing it? What are you associating, this, to what emotion you're associating it, like these events? And specifically, what do you feel like you want to get out of that? Because, like, by answering to these two questions, anyone that's going to see this video are going to face themselves with what they experience. And they're going to say, okay, for me it's stress, for me it's because of work, for me it's because of maybe abuse, for me it's because of, and I feel like I want to do it because by taking this off, I feel like I'm not going to gain fat. So I want to have your particular experience and see if we can reflect somebody else, maybe their experience.
Okay. So for me, it's normally stress, and it's linked to the fact that I feel a lot of pressure inside me. I have to reply to a lot of things. I have to finish some plans, and it's the pressure of work and the amount of things to do that I say, okay, I need a moment where I have no control. I just eat whatever I want, and it's like my happy moment. It's the moment where I don't think, I'm not thinking. Normally I'm in front of a movie eating cookies and not really. It's kind of weird because it's like an addiction, like cocaine or whatever, because I don't recall eating all that cookies. A moment I look at the bag and it's like empty, and it's like you lose memory because you're in kind of a mental state where you just you let your body do what he wants, and I have no control of the situation. And that for me, it's good because I'm always in control of everything. My life, it's really like being perfectionist, doing the best I can, etc. And then there what I learned also in my process, it's that those kinds of personalities are also always the personalities that have more it's more easy to have problems like this, because
prone to hitting.
The effect of always want to control. But I just want to say that when it becomes an habit, sometimes it's not only stress that can make it. Even if you're really sad and lonely, it can also happen, because it becomes an automatic way of your body to want to feel better, to fill in the void. And it's metaphorically, it's that, like, you feel a void in your heart and you emptying and you're putting stuff in your stomach, and it's not going to help because you're treating things differently. But it's physically, it's like you feel a little bit more energy because you're eating, you feel sugar, you feel a little more comfort, and then you just feel guilty because you exaggerated, and then you throw up, and then because the cycle.
It's like a chain of events,
Exactly.
So thanks again for sharing this part, because I really wanted you to be able to impact maybe people. So I remember when you started off, like you were like, I always have this conversation with everybody, maybe like several times in a day. There is action takers and there is people that they say they want to change but they don't, and however they come into this program, said it many times, you either are for me or you're not, because like, not for the fact that you are, first of all, you need to be positive. First of all, you need to actually want to change, but you need to be an action taker, whether or not you speak to me for 10, 15, 20 minutes, an hour, and then like you, at the end, like you tell me, oh, I'm not sure, and I don't know if this is going to work. It's like, we don't have a magic wand. Like, you need to want to change. We're here not to save you, you need to save yourself. We're here to lead you to the next level. Okay. You took action right away. So what did you see in this program, or how when we spoke, what made you take action like that? And how would you say something to make other people take action? Because like, and again, this doesn't have anything to do with whether or not you have disorder, but it's like really about how do you get to be very pragmatic, and because ultimately, if you are, whether or not you have, to lose 2 kilos, you have to lose 30 kilos, like, you're going to take action, you're going to get a result. So how do you get to, what would you say to people that are maybe a little bit not so sure whether or not something is working?
Well, actually, it's like you say, you have to want it and to try it, and it's exactly like it's written in the code. Like, there are always moments where your second thought, or your second thinking, or is it really gonna work? Is all this effort maybe it's just another thing? And I really want to say to the people that are watching that it's not like that. You really, I think the difference is that you learn exactly. You're not giving the magic recipe. You're saying everybody is different. You have different kinds of body. I'll give you the information, and you have to use it the best you can in the best way that you can to your type of body. So I think it's really cool because, okay, we have to make the effort to listen, to learn, but if you try it, you really start seeing the changes. And when you start seeing the changes, even if you don't have a perfect performance like me, I still have bulimia access, and I'm still seeing results. So that really shows that if you have an average of trying and of doing that, it's not because you have a bad day or a shit day that everything's gonna disappear. And it's really a good program in that sense, because you can adapt things to yourself. You take the information and you take it to yourself, and you try it, and you really start seeing results. And whatever kind of body you have, whatever kind of history you have, I think this program can really make the difference, and you really should try.
Thank you so much for that part. What did you like more about it? There is no secrets now, as this is working well for you, and you want to keep going. So what did you like the fact, and that the results, obviously, again, one more time, we re-emphasize that it comes from the ability of you not only have the information, but implementing it, adjusting and reflecting upon. Then obviously there is the environment, and there is us on the other side, with a set of rules, but specifically leading you through. So like walking on the dark first, and then like saying people following us, and like actually understand that this is a process. Okay, what did you like the best? Like, was this the group? Was information? Or what helped you the most? To you in particular?
Well, what really surprised me was the group, actually, because I when you first present and you say, okay, I create a group for women to support each other, I said, okay. And I was really not hoping all this. It's really funny, that feeling that everyone is together, everyone is supporting each other, and that really helps you keep moving, because you also can testify other stories, and you say, it's like, wow, amazing, she did that, so I have no excuse, I'll also do. And I think it's really important. And well, the other thing that I really liked is the programs of training and workouts are there. They are all the exercises, you have the PDF, you have the sequence, you do it, you don't think about it. Because before, I never knew what to do, when, how much reps, what is better. I was killing myself doing abs, and then I learned with you that it's not only doing abs that you're gonna get abs. So you really
probably that's good that we can actually see. I feel like I took my degree and experience and actually put together something that actually people can use, because obviously I said many times you cannot dispute science, but what you can do, it's showing people how to apply it, and again, it comes in different forms. The group is there for two reasons. Number one, we want to, like you said, we want to not have you run on motivation, but every day have you something to look forward to. So like seeing results today, tomorrow, and a day from now, you're gonna make you feel like you're gonna be next. And obviously you're next. You've been next a few times that you keep posting, and then. Like you said, if they can do it, you can do it too. And that was my biggest revelation of seeing how this group can work well. This is really being like overseeing my expectation for sure. And I'm so happy that it's working the way it's working, because when you see people changing people and people get results from it, and people in your particular situation, when I saw that, when you made that live video and talking about it, what I was not expecting, I was like, now it's no longer about just change. Like, you're really about me waking up and being happy to change, to upgrade humanity, because like now you got somebody that has a real known problem. It's not about having somebody lose 1 kilo, like that everybody can do. It's not even about keeping that down, because that's the next step. But it's like when you have somebody that's like can get this information, and you make them understand that food is a friend, it can be good, and like you can understand things, and you can improve these kind of things. It's like, wow, that's really why I wake up and make this thing always better. So it's a pleasure having you in. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for being very, very applying this thing to the T. and we'll be in touch for all the rest. Maria, I wish you all the best. And now you told me that also you're going for vacation, so I wish you enjoy your vacation with your family. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.